Hi, I'm Jen Bridwell Oppenheim. I'm a health and wellness coach with a specialty in eating disorder recovery. Although all foods have a place in the way that I eat intuitively, for the most part, I eat keto-ish to help manage the symptoms of autoimmune disease. I thought with the quarantine, it would be fun to make a little health and wellness YouTube channel. And so this is my first video. Thank you for laughing along with me as I got my own head off a few times. But since I eat keto-ish, I thought it would be fun to do some food reviews. And the first one, since it's almost summer, is a mint chocolate chip ice cream review I found 4. Here are the ice creams all wrapped up and numbered, ready to go in the deep freeze for the blind taste test. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, the actual tasting. Steve will be bringing me the ice creams one at a time, and here comes number 1 now. Honey, and he has brought them directly from the freezer. I had them in there longer than I thought, probably about maybe 3 hours, I think, which is good because we can take them. Oh, this is like concrete. They do, first of all, very hard, not much flavor, not a bad flavor, but just not much flavor. So directly out of the freezer, hard to scoop anything, and very little flavor of anything, maybe a little bit of mintiness. He's gonna bring me number 2, and we'll get first impressions of that. And they do all say to let them sit out 5 to 10 minutes from the freezer, and now we see why. I'm gonna have a little clean of the spoon. Not that I was able to actually scrape much ice cream off of there, but we'll try again. And then we'll go for number 2. And here comes number 2. Thank you. And this one is actually, I didn't show you number 1. Number 1 is a very white one. Number 2 is greenish looking, and you can see some chocolate chunks in there. Also pretty hard, but a little, at least I was able to get a little nubbin off there. Number 2 has a very definite flavor. Tastes very much like regular ice cream. Has a good texture. It's hard, but still a pleasant texture. And a good flavor, good chocolate, good mint. I would eat it keto or not keto. It's very, very pleasant. And here comes number 3. My spoon a little, and this is another white one. You can see a little bit different between first one and the second one. This one looks a little creamier and definitely a lot more chocolate chunks. Oh, but again, hard. Somewhere between the first one and the second one, and you can see it's kind of crumbly. Sweet, chocolatey, not particularly minty. Texture's okay. Hard, but not chalky or anything like that, despite how it kind of looked. But pretty good. Just more sweet than minty, and definite chocolate flavor. And I think number 4 will be coming in a moment. And then we will pause, and I will set the timer for 5 minutes, and I will taste again. Here comes number 4. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Another white one. Bigger chunks. Actually looks very much like number 3. Sully my completely unscientific results here. This is not at all objective, completely subjective, but holy moly. That one, again, very hard like the first one. Got a little chunk out of there, didn't crumble. A little sweet, not too minty. Okay texture. Tastes actually kind of like the first one, but more chocolate. So I will pause this now, and I will set the timer for 5 minutes, and I'll come back and have a second tasting in 5 minutes and let you guys know what I think. And this is part 2 of the Keto Mint Chocolate Chip Ice Cream Showdown. So we have waited for 5 minutes with our ice creams out of the freezer, and we'll give them a second try. And the first one is still pretty hard. It's a little chalky and crumbly. It's not a whole lot of chocolate in there, and what is in there doesn't really look very chocolatey. It just looks kind of brown and not super chocolatey and attractive. From the South, and my mother always said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So I do taste a little chocolate-iness. Texture is really kind of dry and a little chalky. There's not really creaminess to it. So the second one is obviously number 2, the green one. And this one I can see big chunks of chocolate, and already, you know, the creaminess factor of it is much improved. It is scooping like ice cream. It, you know, has softness to it. It looks like ice cream. Flavor-wise, quite nice. It's minty, but not annoyingly so. It's, you know, as minty as I want mint chocolate chip ice cream to be. The chocolate is nice and chocolatey. It's not chalky. It's, you know, has good mouthfeel to it. Really nice. Number 3. Looks a little bit kind of dry and crumbly when I'm scooping it. And the texture isn't quite as good as number 2, but still pretty acceptable. Flavor's nice. Not quite as minty as I might want it to be. Sweet enough, not overly sweet. Chocolate tastes good. Tastes good and chocolatey. The chocolate texture is good. So that one's nice. And now for number 4. This one's got a lot of chocolate in it. And it's kind of like chocolate shards. Scooping pretty nicely. A little, you know, kind of like the second one. Texture. The texture in this one's really nice too. Nice and creamy. Not crumbly, not chalky at all. Again, could be a little mintier, but quite acceptable. Really, I think that most of these ice creams I would buy whether or not I was on keto, or at least I would eat whether or not I was on keto. If you eat keto, and by the way, I'm going to look at my time, I'll wait 5 more minutes and then take my 3rd and final round. But if you eat keto, then you know these things are not inexpensive. So I would say, you know, average price for keto ice creams go $4.99 to like $7.99. And so if you're going to spend that much money on a pint of ice cream, you want it to be decent, whether it's keto ice cream or, you know, some other premium brand. So I will set the timer and I will come back. Okay, I am back for our third and final taste test and our final comparison and wrap up on our completely unscientific and very subjective ice cream test. And of course, your mileage may vary. So we're gonna start again, of course, with number 1. And it's still, you know, even 10 minutes out, it still is kind of crumbling as I'm digging into it. It's kind of breaking off into chunks in here, and it actually has a little bit of a kind of a gummy feel to it. There's just, honestly, there's just no real discernible flavor. There's a very mild little chocolatiness when you get one of the little chunks, but the texture is not pleasant. It's dry and crumbly and a little gummy, and it's, yeah, I wouldn't buy that one. This one is really, I mean, it's really scooping just like ice cream should scoop. Great texture. Sorry for the kind of generous bite here. Really great texture, great flavor. Good mintiness, not overly minty, not overly sweet. Good chocolate texture, great mouthfeel. That one I would certainly buy, keto or not. I would eat it keto or not. That one's really good. This one, take my, not quite such a big bite this time, so I can not be rude to you guys. It's okay. It's texture wise perfectly acceptable. It's sweet enough. The chocolate tastes decent. It's not quite as minty as I would like it to be for mint chocolate chip ice cream, but it's not bad. If it were the only keto option available, I would buy it. And then finally, number 4. And again, I'll restrain myself and not take a big gargantuan bite. Very good. Good amount of mintiness. Great texture. Great chocolate. Lots of chocolate. Fan. So rankings, number 1, number 2, pretty close. This one edges out a little bit. Number 3, funnily enough, at the end of round 2, these two were pretty close, and I think this one had a very slight edge. But in any case, 1, 2, 3. This one doesn't even make the list. Sorry. I don't mean to be not nice, but it doesn't make the list. This one is the big reveal. This one is keto. This is a brand I had never heard of before. I saw it in a store. When I edit these together, I did some kind of pre-videos of all of these ice creams with their ingredients and nutrition. So that is the keto brand. And one. This one is, okay, this one is the Enlightened brand. I was not a big fan of the regular Enlightened ice creams when they first came out, but the keto ones I've been really happy with. They have quite a few flavors. I think probably our other favorite is the butter pecan. It's really yummy. And then this one, I need to probably finish this last little half a bite that I put back in there, just, you know, for sanitary purposes. Okay, so this one, don't hate me for this one, guys. This is from Aldi. If you know Aldi, if you love Aldi, you also hate the thing about Aldi is sometimes you go in there and you get something that you really like, and I really like this. I would buy this again. And especially it was from Aldi, it was cheap. It was like $3.99. Also, if you're in the Connecticut area and you have ShopRite, they often have the Enlightened on sale for like $2.88. But in any case, the kind of real annoying thing about Aldi is sometimes stuff, it happens once and then you never see it again. So good luck to you. I wish you the best with that one. I hope I find it again too. I bought it, you know, a few weeks ago, and I haven't seen it in there since. Of course, nobody's going to the grocery store much right now, but in any case, I have looked for it and not seen it. And then the last one is Rebel Creamery. And if you have been doing keto for a while, or maybe even are new, you may be familiar with Rebel Creamery already. They were one of the first like real retail keto ice creams, and now kind of everybody's hopping on the bandwagon. Rebel Creamery's great products, good ingredients. We also really like their butter pecan. So that is the mint chocolate chip ice cream roundup. Our two big winners, I would say, and the ones that you'll actually be able to find without too much trouble, are the Enlightened and the Rebel Creamery. So enjoy your ice cream. I know I do. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I think the next one will be a peanut butter cup challenge. If you have any questions about health, wellness, making peace with food or your body, please give me a shout. I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe to my channel. Visit my website at jenoppenheim.com or follow me on social media. As much as it pains me to tell you, the keto pint, despite there being precious little taken out of it, as you can see here, is going right in the trash. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.